6-on-6. Offense, we're set up in a 2-3-1. We've got the midfielder on the crease here. We want this guy to play a high crease. Defense, we're playing man-to-man. So let's say the ball's here. We just want to, defensively, we want to be out there on the ball, adjacent to the ball. We should be halfway out, ready to step out fully to our opponent. And then off the ball, we should be helping in. These are our fill. And then in the crease, this guy should be ball side. So don't expect anything to be, beautiful, especially, early on in the season. We just want to see if we can keep good spacing. Emphasis on this guy playing a high crease so that he can be a part of this rotation. If this midi dodges, we can just rotate here. This one can fill and this midi can pop. All right, pretty basic stuff. Defensively, we want to slide from this crease guy and see if we can help on the backside. In this case, if this crease defender slid, we would want this guy to be the fill, and we'd want this midfielder to help down on the backside. But don't need to get too crazy into our 1, 2, and 3 slide right now. We just want to, JPL, just play lax. Let these guys move and flow and try to build some chemistry with each other, with an emphasis on playing unselfishly. And at that same time, we do need, for an offense to be effective, we do need someone to break down their defender and draw a slide. So we can't just be passing the ball around and be so unselfish that no one actually attacks, right? We want to emphasize sharing the ball, and then who's got the matchup, who has a short stick matchup and a willingness to attack their defender. Let's see if we can draw a slide offensively and get some shots on 6-on-6. So pretty basic here. And now I'll show you how to set this up as a fast break first. So to set this up as a fast break first, we would want a defensive player. So that could be an LSM or one of our midfielders that's in a defensive color at this time. They would get the fast break. So it technically would be the same color as our defensive players, but in this fast break scenario, it'll be easy to dictate, that player is actually offense for that one rep. So the ball gets rolled up by the coach. This goes and they run a fast break here. So here's our 4 offensive players. There's our 3 defensive players. Let's say, he hits this point guy and the point guy takes a shot. Okay, awesome. So now he's actually a part of the defense, and we would have 3 offensive midfielders, one of which would get the ball. So it doesn't really matter who. Let's just say it's this guy. And 2 more defensive players would go in. So now we have almost like a 3-on-2 attacking the cage, but it's a 3-on-4 down here. So we really don't want to push to score upon this quote unquote transition. This is just the start of the 6-on-6. So after that fast break rep, now we would start to find our shape offensively. One of these attackmen should receive that ball from the midfielder, and this guy would just pick up one of those midfielders. So now we have a little bit of chaos coming into the 6-on-6, and now they have to find their shape. One of these midfielders cuts to the crease, and now we're into our 2-3-1 set. So I really like this drill just because it gives a defensive player a fast break rep, which is more common than not. It's defense to offense is when we get that fast break. So it's usually an LSM or short stick defensive midfielder that's actually pushing that fast break. And then when we set up our 6-on-6, it's never just we're already in our shape and now we can just go. We have to set this up, right? So from that fast break chaos, and then all that noise of 3 new offensive players and 2 new defensive players coming from the top down, can we get into our shape now, right? And an offensive player does start with a stick in their ball, but they have to set this all up. So that's how we would go from a fast break into our 6-on-6 reps. So if you want to start the drill with just normal 6-on-6, work on getting your shape, establish some sort of foundation and a flow into the offense and communication with the defense, and then transition to this fast break into our 6-on-6 rep. I really like this format, so give it a try.